Yo, it's your boy Ado. We've got another custom tactics and player instructions tutorial. We're going to be discussing the 4-2-2. It's a very offensive and meta formation, in my opinion, this year. A lot of people do use it, and last year as well. It's heavily used. In my opinion, it's sort of best used in an offensive way, maybe when you're losing or something like that. But I'll show you all the scenarios. It can still work when you're starting the game off, etc. But yeah, that's just where I think it's most effective. This is the team I'm going to be using for this weekend league's Foot Champs. This is a Road to Glory. This is my main account. I do double weekend league, so I've got an alt Road to Glory as well. Do live stream them all on Twitch if you want me to help you with your team ratings, team reviews. You can see what skill moves I do. I have my remote showing on screen when I play as well. The link is in the description below for my Twitch account. And also, if this video does help you, I appreciate it a lot if you can like and subscribe. Alright, so let's get started with the tactics for this. So, 4-2-2, obviously the formation I start with is for chemistry, as some of you may or may not know. And then in game via the D-pad, we just go left to defensive. That's what we start with. Some people start with the attack, and it depends what you set it to. Ultra defensive, we're going to skip that, but I'll show you what you can do to sort of tweak the defensive to make it basically ultra defensive, because I recommend it as a sort of attacking sort of formation. But yeah, I'll show you all the scenarios. So let's start with the defensive, what you're going to start with in game. So balance, pretty standard. 5 width and then 4 depth. I only recommend tweaking this if you want it to be a little bit more compact, but I don't recommend anything other than 4 or 5 with regards to all tactics and formation. 4 depth is pretty optimum and standard. Balanced again is pretty good. And then for this particular formation, I do like to have it on 4 width. The reason is I find it the cams, or the 2 wingers, whatever you want to call them, they can be a bit wide sometimes. And if you do feel like that, then maybe the 4 is optimum for you. If you do feel okay with it, maybe test it out with the 5 first. Then yeah, by all means leave it on 5. But I find that that is pretty good. There's not much in between them though. 4 players in box, doesn't matter that much. It will allow your 2 strikers and your 2 cams to be making runs into box. But the player instructions will make most of the difference with that one. Corners and free kicks, I run it on 1 because I don't want to get caught out and it doesn't affect me, like I say in all my videos. Right, so both fullbacks got to be on stay back while attacking. It's pretty optimum. You don't want to be getting caught out, specifically when you've just started off the match. We're going to have both DMs or centre mids, whatever you want to call them, on cover centre. Very essential. You do not want to get caught out in the centre mid position, specifically with this formation, because you've already got the 2 sort of cams or wingers that are out wide and kind of will cover your fullbacks. I have one of them on balance. The reason is Pogba got 4-star weak foot. Really good at shooting. He's got high offensive work rates. And yeah, I want to make the most of it. So I have him on balance. If you do not have centre mids such as Hullet, Pogba, etc., or they haven't got great weak foot, then maybe you don't want to do it. If you do want to be a bit more tight and compact, then also don't do it. But yeah, give it a go. Maybe try it out one game or not. Right, so both cams or wingers, whatever you want to call them, basic and balance for everything. And then we have one forward on getting behind and the other one just on mix and basic. Well, this one's on basic as well, but getting behind. But that one's a bit of personal preference. It's not really going to make a huge amount of difference. It's kind of depends on what you prefer. Some people use false 9, some people use target man, and yeah, depends what you prefer, ball into feet or them to make runs, etc. Right, let's do our attacking. So maybe you're losing 1-0 down. You can see that a kickoff goal. You're losing 1-0 at half time, even 2-0. This will be very effective for you. So press on every touch, run it at 5-5, so we up depth by 1 to give you a little bit more sort of pressing for the opposition as well as the defensive style. Balance, and then like I said before, 4 or 5 for the width. Maybe you want to stretch your opponent a little bit more in that case when you're losing. So yeah, maybe that's something worth noting, that maybe you could have it different for the attacking. Players in box, we up it a bit into 5 and then 2-2 just for this one. That one don't really matter yet again. Right, so both fullbacks, we're going to have them on stay back while attacking. At 1-0, 2-0, you can easily come back. You don't want to be sort of going gun-ho and throwing everything at the opposition and possibly conceding a lot more goals. So that's why we have it on that. And the centre mid, both cover centre, very essential again, as it's going to be for all of these different sort of phases of play. And both of the centre mids, I have them on balance. If you've got someone like Makalele, like I always say, he's got like 49 finishing, maybe you don't want him on balance because it'd be annoying if he ended up in a forward position. But if you do have 2 players that have got decent shooting stats, I mean, they're not necessarily going to be through on goal. It would just help so much more when it comes to pressing, harassing the opposition, and trying to sort of get the ball back. That's why I have them on balance, and definitely you'll notice it as you can read some of the comments on my previous tactics. It is very OP and offensive. Right, so we have him on basic and balance for everything. If you want this to be a little bit more attacking, I wouldn't suggest to stay forward. I suggest to get in box across. It just allows them to make more sort of runs in and around the box, drag out defenders, etc. So that one's up to you. Depends if you want to, obviously, depends how attacking you actually want to go with this. I kind of saved that for the ultra attacking, but yeah. I've run it with and I've run it without. I don't really. I mean, like, it's a bit more attacking, which means you can be caught out of position a bit more. So it does depend on how attacking you want to go. So yeah, I'll just leave that on balance. And then we have getting behind for both strikers, and maybe you can have one of them on stay forward. Right. So the ultra attacking, we'll do that now. Press after possession loss over constant pressure, because you can just do that in game by the D-pad. So you've got an extra option, 5 width, and then we run it on 8 depth. You can even go to 10 if you're really desperate in game, just pause it. But yeah, it depends on the sort of scoreline. There's been so many games, I'm sure you have this year, 3-4 goals down, and you can come back. So yeah, more than capable of doing it. Fast build up, you want to get the ball quick as you can into the opposition's half, create a chance, score a goal. Simple as that. 4 width or 5 width again, and then we've got 7 players in box, and then we run that on 3-3. Let's go ahead and do our play instructions now. So both fullbacks on either join the attack or balance is going to be optimum. Join the attack is going to be crazy offensive, and yeah, balance will be quite offensive as well. So it kind of depends on the risk factor. But yeah, when you're running ultra attacking with that much sort of depth and everything, you're kind of losing 4 game. And as mad as it sounds, there's no point losing. There's no point losing by like 1 or 2 goals this year or any year. You might as well just get battered. I mean, end of the day, you want to try come back into the game within reason. We're not doing stupid tactics. These are calculated tactics. But yeah, within reason, you want to try get back into the game. Right, cover center and balance for both of them. And then we've got both of the cams or wingers on getting box across. Maybe you can have them on stay forward, but you've got your fullbacks pushing up, so it's not really necessary. Depends on what you're going to run your fullbacks on. And then we've got both forwards on both strikers on stay forward, and then one of them on getting behind. Yeah, so for the ultra defensive, if you do want to run it, then maybe you can just drop the depth, something like that. And literally as simple as this, you're going to just rock both cams or both wingers on comeback on defense, and then obviously have both your centre mids on stay back while attacking. Simple as that. Wouldn't really mess around with anything else in regards to that. But yeah, like I said, do give this formation a go. It is very good. It's very offensive, and yeah, sometimes formations they work better against other ones. I know most people on this game this year run the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1, and sometimes other formations do counteract them pretty good. But yeah, I'm going to be doing more YouTube videos soon, tactic tutorials. If you get any comment suggestions, please do that, write them down below, as well as feedback, and I will get back to you. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on Twitch. It's been your boy. Leaves with one more thing to say. Safe